the last couple of years, the prices of 2DS consoles have just kept rising and rising, so in 2025, is it still worth buying one? Right now on eBay, the cheapest price of a 2DS I could see in Australia, which is where I'm from, was $120, which included shipping, and then there was another for $150. So yeah, quite pricey for an oldish handheld. But in this video, I'm going to let you guys know if you should still buy one. First off, I just want to say that the 2DS is for sure the most unique 3DS type of console because it's the only one that can't fold. All the others can fold. But just because it can't fold doesn't mean it's a bad thing. You don't have to ever worry about the hinges getting broken, whereas on the other 3DS consoles, they all have some type of hinge problem. And also, the only thing is the screen can get scratched. Mine's a bit scratched up, but you can't see it while playing. So I've owned my 2DS for about 2 to 3 years now, and not once have I put it in my hand and it felt uncomfortable. It's always felt really good, fits perfectly, and I'd say it's probably the most comfortable 3DS console. My 2DS is also modded with the help of the hShop, which you can pretty much download every single 3DS game. You can download some DS games, but it's pretty good. And you can't do it on this, but on the newer 3DS systems, you can also get SNES games, which this kind of struggles to run with. But if you're getting one, you definitely do want to get the hShop. You just need to buy a large SD card, like 128 gigs, but it's really good. It saves all your games for you, and also it'll save you lots of money in the long run, because these days, especially games like Pokemon, it really adds up. The 2DS also isn't actually the only type of 3DS I own. I also own a big 3DS XL here, which it can fold obviously, and it's also got a much bigger screen. I think this is about a 2.4 inch screen, whereas these ones here are about around a 4, but much bigger screen. And also there is a 3D mode here, which you can't see it on camera. We can kind of see it kind of changing, whereas the 2DS, it doesn't do anything, it just stays the same. But it is pretty cool for the first 10 minutes you ever use it, and then after that you never use it again because it's not that great on the older 3DS, but it's one thing to keep in mind. But apart from that, games all run the same. It's got the same amount of pixel screen as well. I think they're both about 240p, something like that, probably a bit more, to be honest. It's tough to remember. So even though this screen's bigger, it doesn't have any more pixels, but you can't really notice it, to be honest. To put the console in sleep mode as well, there's this little kind of slider thing, so that puts it in sleep, whereas on the 3DS XL, you just can close it and then reopen it back up, and then it comes back on. For the people that care about the size of the stylus, it's got a pretty nicely sized stylus compared to stuff like the new 2DS XL, which have one that's actually half the size and it sucks. But I never use a stylus, use my finger because it's easier, but it's really good. I'll start focusing on just the 2DS in a sec, but the last thing I do want to say is this thing is very light. I'll have the grams on the screen now of how much each of these weigh. This is very light compared to this big 3DS XL. By the way, there are many types of different 2DS special editions. There's like a Luigi one, there's like a red and white one. So there's also like these cool see-through Pokemon ones which go for a fortune. But I've just got a plain old blue and black. The one I like the most, but I couldn't find one, there's like a blue Mario Kart edition. It's just all blue here. That one looks really nice, but to be honest, all of them except the red and white one, I really like the look of. Oh yeah, can't forget the pink one though. That's more of a kind of girly one. It's not a bad one, but not my personal favorite. I forgot to mention the 2DS can of course play DS games, which is the generation before it, kind of like how the Switch 2 will be able to play Switch games. So you can just put it in and then it works. One more thing, the 2DS also just has mono speakers, which means it's just got one, whereas the 3DS XL I have here can't get in focus, but it's got 2 speakers which are much louder. I'll let you guys have a listen. So this is the 2DS. And now I'll put on the 3DS, which the 2 speakers are up here, silly me, but they sound a lot nicer. So this is what the 2DS looks like in my hands. As you can see, it's pretty snug. I would probably like it to be a tiny bit bigger, but overall it's pretty nice. But the 3DS XL, it does feel a bit like, to be honest, both of them are comfy, to be honest. I do like the 2DS more, but yeah, they're both really good. I know this video is meant to be focused on the 2DS, but why not include a cheeky comparison? So if I had to choose out of these two, I would definitely go the 3DS XL, just because of that big screen. I find this screen is a bit tiny to look at times, but you'll get used to it. But I personally play this one more, and I'm used to this, so that's just what I prefer. But again, I also got the 2DS for a killer deal, 140 Australian dollars, and it came with a copy of Pokemon Diamond, Sonic Classic Collection, Mario Kart DS, and a bunch of other cheap games. But honestly, such a crazy deal. Whereas the 3DS XL is a bit more than that, it's about 200 Australian. So you're obviously gonna find better deals of this, but yeah. I'm gonna include a bit of gameplay of me playing on the 2DS now, but if you're done with this video and want to watch another, I've got a video of me playing on this 3DS XL for 7 days straight. If you want to watch that, click up here, it'll be up there now. But enjoy some gameplay. Also, if you've enjoyed the video so far, don't forget to subscribe. I got about 1,000 subscribers last month, and I'm hoping to reach about 10,000 by the end of the year. I'm at 5.5, around that, so please help me to get there.